Our free download comes with 6 images and several expressions of those images, which when combined together can make the image you see at the top of the page. We have a pair of wings, a skull, a scroll, some tribal elements, and some plant roots. For the wings, skull, and scroll, we have an outline layer, an image negative, a silhouette, and the combined outline layer with the silhouette, which makes it easy to color the images as needed. I want to demonstrate how you can use Adobe Illustrator and these 6 components to create the design you see at the top of the page. I'm using Adobe Illustrator CS5 for this tutorial, but the process will be mostly the same for the other versions of Illustrator, and the workflow will be similar on CorelDRAW. So let's get started. Since I'm using CS5, I want to take advantage of multiple artboards. CS4 also has this functionality, so I'm going to select the Artboard tool, and I'm simply going to drag and drop a new artboard up here. I'm going to hit the V key, which is going to take me back to my regular design space. And I want to begin with the foundation of this design, which will be the roots. So I'm going to take this root, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to drag it over here to my new artboard. I want these roots to look like a wing design, so I want to rotate them a little bit. I'm going to do that by hovering the mouse over the edge of the bounding box and rotating them until I like what I see, and that looks good enough. I'd like to reset the bounding box, and to do that I right-click, I hit Transform, and then Reset Bounding Box. Now I want to reflect this image on itself, and so to do that, again, I can right-click, Transform, Reflect, then my Reflect dialog comes up. I want to reflect it vertically, and I want to copy it. So I'll just click Copy. Now I have 2 of these images. I'm going to single-click on one of them, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key so that I can drag it along the same horizontal axis. I'm going to release, and there I have something that looks like a pair of root wings. Now I want to fill in this bottom space with more roots, so I'm going to copy this by hitting Command C, Command V. I'm going to bring the roots into my space, and again I want to rotate them until they fill in that bottom space like so, and I'll move it up a little closer, and that looks good. And I want to do the same reflect maneuver, so I need to reset the bounding box, and I want to transform, reflect again, and hit Copy, and then single click, hold down the Shift key to drag. And there I have a nice root foundation on which I can place the rest of the images. I think I want to make this a little bit bigger, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key to keep my proportions, and I also want to center it on the artboard that I'm working on. And the reason that it did that is that I didn't group it. So I'll hit Command Z. Now I'll hit Command G, which will group the images. Now when I center, it centers without moving them all in the middle as my grouped image. The next thing that I'll want looks like the wings. So I'm going to grab my wings here, I'm going to hit Command C and then Command V. I'm going to move my wings in the center of the design, and the smart guides are helping me place it. Now I want to make them bigger, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Option key, which will increase the size proportionally, and it will also increase the size from the center. And that looks to be about what I want. Now I want to steal this color from the original design, so I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to hit the V key, and I'm going to single click on the color area or the silhouette. Now I'm going to hit Command minus so that I can zoom out, and I want to use the Eyedropper tool to grab this color, and to do that I can simply hit the eye, or I could come over here and single click on the Eyedropper tool. So now I single click on the color that I want, and it gives me the wing color that I want. So now the next item that I need to bring into the design will be the tribal elements. So let me come down here and select one of my tribal elements. I'm going to single click and hold and drag and hold down the Shift key and move these up a little bit and superimpose one on the other. And maybe I went a little too far. Let me pull it down a little bit, and that's going to look a little bit better. So now I'm going to put a bounding box around them. Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and I'm going to put them here, and I want to enlarge. So Shift Option, so I can enlarge from the center. And that looks good enough for now. Now the next thing that I want to bring into our design will be the scroll. So let me select the scroll by drawing a bounding box around it. Command C, Command V, and bring it in here to the bottom of the design. And I'm going to need to rotate it a little bit to match the design that we have here. So hover the mouse until we have the rotation arrows and rotate it to taste. We might want to increase the size, so I'm going to hold down the Shift and the Option key to do it from the center, and we do it like so. Now again, I want to take the color, so I'm going to single click, and it looks like this image is grouped, so I'm going to have to hit Shift Command G to ungroup it. Now click off the image and then click back on the image, so that now I just have the color layer. I hit the I for the Eyedropper tool, and I single click on the color, and there I have it. Now it looks like we are ready for the skull. So to get the skull, again, I'll want to color the skull as it is in our original design, and again this image is grouped as well, so I'm going to hit Shift Command G to ungroup it, and then I'm going to single click on the color layer or the silhouette, hit the I for the Eyedropper tool, single click on the color, and now I have the color I want. I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to hit Command G to group them, Command C to copy them, Command V to paste them. Now I'm going to bring the skull here on my image. It looks like it needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make it larger. And there is the design. And it looks like our original design had the roots coming out underneath the scroll and the skull. So let me single click on our roots and let me just simply drag them down. And maybe I want to drag them out a little bit more. Drag these out a little bit more as well. And now we have a little bit more prominent root placement. So you can see that by using our images as components of a collage, you can create very interesting designs in no time at all. We hope you enjoy using our products, and thanks for checking us out.